My today's topic is Ghost Story, a trip to Mashobra. You know, the quote, travel is the only thing you buy that makes you richer. Today's story is a true horror story by Shakib Akram. Today's horror quote is, the unknown is scary, but it's also where the best surprises are found. Let's begin the story. It all happened a few days ago in May 2022 when the temperature in my city rose to more than 40 degrees. We planned to move on a road trip to the mountains and started researching new places to visit. Then a friend came across a place called Mashobra. I saw the photos that looked so mesmerizing and bang on. This is it. We finally decided to go to Mashobra. Mashobra is a worth visiting small town and is just about 12 km away from Shimla district in Himachal Pradesh, India. It is famous as a birdwatcher's delight and its elevation is 7041 feet above sea level. All in all, the place offers a beautiful peacefulness and rejuvenation to the mind. So next week we started the journey on the weekend. We were excited and we were thrilled about the trip. We enjoyed the breathtaking views and had fun on the way. We had a great time traveling there. We arrived at Mashobra in the evening. The weather was nice and pleasantly cold. We parked the car and as I came out and removed my sunglasses, I just saw the beauty and hush of the nature. The sun was about to set down beside those soaring Himalayan valleys, the beautiful mountains. And I was like, we made the best decision coming over here, bro. It was such a delight to watch the sunset there in Mashobra. Those mountains, terrains, they looked so calm. That luxurious green expanse was so fresh and gave me peace of mind. Back to story, as it was getting dark and we all were tired enough not to go anywhere. We just wanted a bed to lie on and make ourselves comfortable. So we checked a few hotels and resorts as they were nice and budget friendly. But I don't know where my second friend met this local guy and came to us. There is good news, guys, he said. He then introduced us to the person who wanted us to come and look over the house that he offered us as a quite cheap rate. We became curious and wanted to check the place, so we went to have a look. The house was okay from the outside. We went inside to explore the whole place. We had around 6-7 rooms. Everything inside was typical but attention seeking. It looks haunted from inside, my third friend murmured. Haunted? I said. Nah, it will be fun staying here. I quite liked that place, but I think I was stuck with a question in my mind. Actually, there were two things. Firstly, the doors inside that house had no locks. And secondly, there was no light in some of the rooms, so I had to question him. Why are you not lighting up the whole place, as it is getting dark and dark by the time? I asked. He didn't answer. And why are there no locks at the doors? He smiled. And to my question, he did not answer me correctly. He turned things around, rounded up the whole situation, and just told us what to do and what not to do while staying. That was something that aroused a feeling of suspicion inside me. Of course, I'm an average guy, and I was a bit frightened with all those things in my mind, but obviously, we were 8 of us. And when you are with 7 other people besides you, then my friend, no matter how screwed you feel inside, you have to fake yourself like you just don't care and you are not scared of the situation or anything. I think this is what we all felt at that moment. It was what we all had in our minds. And in the end, that was all that made us stay in that house. So out of curiosity, we agreed to stay and paid the rent for the place. Dang, we shifted in there. As we spent some time in that house for a while, we enjoyed ourselves, made fun of that place, and did most of the things that the owner asked us not to do, like going up to the terrace. Later, we went outside for dinner, explored some of the places nearby, and while coming back, we bought LED bulbs, lamps to at least light our rooms at night. It was around 12 o'clock. We came back, lit both the rooms we were using, and some of us went to bed. While the rest of us were having a good time with fags and snacks along with some music. All of a sudden, my third friend started behaving weirdly. He threw his smoke and snacks on the floor and changed his expression. He looked frightened.
His eyes became big. He was looking everywhere and was staring at everyone. And he then opened his mouth and started twisting his tongue. And I was like, "What is this behavior, bro?" I chirped. He didn't utter a word. Everyone in that room was horrified at that time. I looked at my fourth friend and he shook his head. "What? I didn't do anything." Then we heard my third friend saying something, but no one understood whatever he said. His voice changed a bit from normal to unreal. At first, we thought he was just pranking us, but I don't know why he did this. But then we realized we were all screwed up and we freaked out. We had no idea what to do or where to go. Out of nothing, we just packed our bags and ran outside. Luckily, we left the house safely. We straight away took the cars, left Mashobra, and went back to Shimla. When we realized we were safe, we took a deep breath and started arguing with each other. Our fifth friend called the owner in anger, and as soon as he picked up the call and was like, "Yeah, everything okay?" he asked. Our friend started shouting at him and knocked around him. He did everything he could out of his anger, but then I snatched the phone and tried explaining to him the situation, and whoa, the line just disconnected. I called him back as I needed to tell him that we just left the place and wanted him to return our money, but he never picked up the call. And then we realized that the owner knew the house was haunting. Maybe he was aware that anything could happen with the people staying there, and he was only making money from a place where no one will want to stay. Who knows? It was his regular job to trick people like this. Anyway, we finally reached Shimla, a place famous as Queen of the Hills, a place where I have been many times. We waited till the morning, and next we first went to the doctor and consulted him about the health of our scary friend. He was now feeling well and was in good condition, but he had no idea about whatever happened to him last night. Also, he didn't want to stay anymore or anywhere. Actually, the two among us wanted to go back home, and they literally forced everyone for that. So we in humanity headed back home the same day. And this is how our amazing trip came to an awful end, with fear and regret in everyone's eyes and minds. But not a bad ending to our trip. We made a promise to each other because we did not get to explore Mashobra as we decided and wanted to. So we will be visiting there again very soon. Hopefully nothing goes wrong this time. The final haunted quote is, "Nothing haunts us like the things we don't say."